distortions. The way our eyes work and the way lenses work, things will disappear from the bottom up. Things will disappear. It's just, and this is one of the things that they've taken. I think they've reversed engineered our perspective and made it very clear according to that. I think so many things have been reverse engineered, and perspective was one of the big ones that they had to come up with a reason why things were the way they were. And that'll be it for the perspective part of it. I'm going to hand it over to CAMI, and she's going to explain how a gyroscope and a magnet work together.
Thank you. Good job.
We're going to take you right to the video. The gyroscope and the magnet. In this next segment, we will be taking a look at the forces created by gyroscopes and magnets, how they are applied to our devices, and finally, how they interact with each other. The gyroscope, invented in 1743 by John Searson, was first called the whirling speculum and was used to identify the horizon in bad weather. Today they are used by many without us even knowing it. Gyroscopes are used for navigation tools for aircrafts and ships, sensors in your cell phones and watches, all the way down to a child's toy you yourself may have had at one time. The special property they possess is that once spinning fast enough, the gyroscope will obtain its rigidity in space. This simply means that no matter which way you tilt or rotate its mount, the gyroscope will be unaffected and hold its position in space. It has been claimed that the mechanical gyroscope can detect the motion of the Earth using this phenomenon, but many failures to do so have been documented by academia and truth seekers alike. In a version of Popular Astronomy from 1922, we found this by M.C. Mott-Smith. One must often wonder whether the authors of these texts really ever performed the experiments they describe, where the divergency between theory and fact is so great, as in the case of the gyroscope, it certainly should not be dismissed with a vague remark or two about friction. While the theorists hear little about it, the practical man naturally wants to know why the actual gyroscope behaves as it does. The more sensitive fiber optic and ring laser gyros do detect a motion, but we are not certain what causes this phenomenon. The magnet. Like electricity, magnetism holds many secrets we have not yet uncovered. What we do know is that every magnet produces a magnetic field, which can affect the world around it in many ways. Magnets, which interact with many metals, are used much more than gyroscopes, and are no stranger to most of us. From children's toys and holding up papers on the fridge, to industrial purposes used to lift enormous amounts of weight. Some have even replaced the pencil and brush with little magnets to express their artistic talents. The uses for magnets are endless, and we still haven't fully unlocked all of its secrets. We will now look at an observation made while applying the magnetic field to a super precision gyroscope at rest, compared to one in motion at different speeds. When we hold a magnet near the motionless gyroscope, you can see there is a slight attraction only when one of the poles of a strong magnet is facing it. This is unusual as brass and aluminum are magnetic in nature. The strangest thing is that when spinning at high speeds, the magnet will repulse, or push the gyroscope away. This can be attributed to Lenz's law and shown in this quick demonstration. The magnet's descent is slowed as it passes through the brass pipe due to a current being created in the brass. This current then produces its own magnetic field which interacts with the magnets. The question is, could these fiber optic and ring laser gyros be picking up the movement of the ever-changing magnetic field?
Woo! That's cool.
Hello.
That was sweet.
Can you hear me?
No.
Can we hear me now?
No.
How about if I talk really loud? We're gonna start the next video. We'll get it, really loud. That's fine. I'll just talk loud. We're gonna start the next video. I cannot tell you, all the experiments were done by Zach and me in a little room in our house. It's amazing, you guys. It's available it's available. It's all out there for you guys to try things and experiment yourself and to try. The hands that you see on this RS, it's not there, but gyroscopes are, I don't know if you guys heard that, but again, it's affected by a magnet, but it's not magnetic. So there are really, really amazing things to think about with this. And we're going to take you next to electricity and the electric field. We have to keep our intros quick because we lost time on it.
Electricity and the electric field. We could be here for days discussing electricity and what we as human beings have discovered so far on the subject. Instead, I will let Walter Lewin, former MIT physics professor, put in few words the importance of understanding electricity and how crucial it is to continue to investigate the subject further.
Electricity and magnetism is all around us. We have electric lights, electric clocks, we have microphones, calculators, television, VCRs, radio, computers. Light itself is an electromagnetic phenomenon, as radio waves are. The colors of the rainbow in the blue sky are there because of electricity, and I will teach you about that in this course. Cars, planes, trains can only run because of electricity.
Shout out to Joe Mama.
Horses need electricity because muscle contractions require electricity. Your nerve system is driven by electricity. Atoms, molecules, all chemical reactions exist because of electricity. You could not see without electricity. Your heart would not beat without electricity. And you could not even think without electricity. Though I realize that even with electricity, some of you may have a problem with that.
As you heard from Professor Lewin, electricity governs how we perceive this world around us, and furthermore, the world itself. This is the electric field of the Earth, and starts at the ground with a negative charge, obtaining more of a positive charge from above, increasing with elevation. We know from measurements that the electric potential in the air increases with altitude. Starting at 100 volts per meter, just above the surface, increasing that same amount with every meter gained in elevation. So just above 2 meters, or 6.5 feet, there will be 300 volts of electricity in every cubic meter of air.
It's all vibration. All vibration.
You may think this is a large amount of volts to be floating just above our heads, but it takes 3 million volts per meter to have an electrical discharge occur. We will now take a look at some observations we made to see what we could achieve by creating and manipulating our own electric field and placing different substances between them. In our first test, we simply charge up 2 metal plates, making one positive and the other negative using a Van de Graaff generator. You can see in the demonstration that by simply switching the positive and negative charges of that which we find here on Earth, we can get very light objects to rise up from the positive plate below and stick to the negative plate above. We do not believe that this itself causes gravity, but maybe what gives it its direction as far as up and down. In this next demonstration, we are going to take a look at what the electric field can do to the surface of water. We have a spherical object painted with metallic paint and held up by a wooden insulator with the Van de Graaff generator beneath. When a charge is applied, the water takes the shape of the electric field at its surface. This reminds me of this map created long ago using the stars as its reference. Now we will look at the nature of the electric field and why it must bend and curve between two objects that aren't perfectly parallel. When it comes in contact with the surface of any object, it will always be perpendicular to its surface. This simply means it will be touching the surface at a 90-degree angle, as you see here in this picture. All in all, electricity governs not only our senses, but the physical world around us in more ways than we will most likely ever know.
Nice.
The movement of the planets. Humans have been studying and documenting the luminaries and their path since before writing began. Claudius Ptolemy, an ancient Greek, had over 900 years of observations to reference before Christ had walked the earth. He believed the earth to be at the center of the universe, with the sun, moon, planets, and stars all revolving around it. This is known as the Ptolemaic model and was considered the model of the heavens for over 1,300 years.
Earth and sun.
Not until astronomer Tycho Brahe, born in the 1500s, came up with a model using newer, more accurate measuring devices. In his model, the Earth was still at the center, but now the planetas moved around the Sun as it circled the Earth. Soon after, the heliocentric model was fabricated and the geocentric model was set aside by most astronomers. Today, we look at the luminaries with opened eyes, now above a flat, motionless plane, and new questions arise. What causes these movements? Is there anything in nature we can observe that can recreate the paths followed by the planetas? Looking into magnetic field lines has brought forth some amazing similarities. Now, we have not measured and documented these motions for ourselves and have found many that contradict each other. This is the path of the different wandering stars above our flat plane in the Ptolemaic model. They are actually all stacked upon each other, never traversing outside the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, but are spread out in this animation to show their paths without overlapping. When looking through a ferrocell, using different numbers of light sources, we can recreate these motions, path with a single magnet. No matter the true patterns, they all have similarities in all the models we find. The real question is, with Newtonian and Einsteinian gravity never proven, is a magnetic property the answer to what directs the paths of the wandering stars?
Joaquin and Boaz. The two pillars have been a symbol of an entryway into the unknown, both physically and spiritually, for as long as our ancient history has been recorded. From Samson collapsing the two pillars and bringing the ceiling down upon his captors, to the mighty Hercules, marking the end of the known world by splitting a mountain to create an opening to the perilous Atlantic Ocean. Many of the old cathedrals have two large pillars aside an arched entryway leading into the
How's
church.
the quality look, guys?
Even modern buildings have this incorporated into their architecture, almost hidden in plain sight for those who have eyes to see. The first mention of the pillars, Joaquin and Boaz, comes from the building of Solomon's temple and goes into great detail, the materials used and their dimensions. Many secret societies mark entrances into their sacred places with two pillars and has even a deeper meaning when looked at spiritually. From the ancient tarot card murals to modern art of secret society members, the two pillars have represented the path into the unknown and the paths one must follow to create the tree of life. Ancient alchemical text, the Kabbalah, Egyptian hieroglyphs, all the way back to the oldest Sumerian tablets mention the tree of
That's the
life.
ISS up there.
The Mayans,
Wow.
Incas, Aztecs, Norse, Kemetic, and Celtic, just to name a few, all have their own tree of life mythology. The tree is meant to represent the Sephiroth, which are the realms that create this place we live. As you can see, they all have a very similar, if not identical layout for the path to enlightenment. The two pillars create an opening, or a third pillar to ascend upon after death. You can see from these Masonic drawings that the third pillar in the center create a stairway, or a ladder to ascend upon. Now we will try to apply this to the earth we live upon, and how its magnetic field could be created using two pillars, which in turn creates a third pillar, or maybe our magnetic North Pole.
7 Earths, Sky Seldom, 7 Heavens.
When two opposing magnets are placed next to each other, a third magnetic pole will be created in the center. The magnetic field of Earth that we are given is in a poorly clever pattern that centers at the North Pole. The ocean types also seem to follow this pattern. When you place the two pillars correctly, one can create the same magnetic pattern we are given. So the question is, do we need a magnetic mountain at the North Pole, or is the ever-changing magnetic field we measure created by other means, which are hidden in plain sight? Joaquin,
And am I live?
No.
I don't feel you can hear me. Hello?
Play with the switch.
Hello?
The battery's going out, I think.
Might be bad.
Okay, what we're doing is, I want you to, the carousel, the pattern that you saw.
Now you're up.
Oops, perfect. Can you bring up the magnetic pattern on the? Yeah, perfect. Do we have a pointer? When you were looking at the carousel work on it and the mid bases and that, the pattern that was created, we did that by taking, oops. I think I might be doing the Is that me doing this? Okay. Top button, bring me back. All right. This is what happens when you have newbies. That parasol pattern on the pillars is we took two pillars or two magnets, dipoles. You have a dipole here on your magnetic map. You have a dipole that's coming together off. But you'll notice that this is Earth's declination. This is not from me. This is from magnetic declination maps. USAA maps in this. All we did is turn it into an AE projection. But you'll notice that they say our Earth is a dipole. But if you look at this pattern, this is not the pattern of a dipole or a north and a south pole on an axis. You'll notice that the center of it has a quadrupole. 1, 2, 3, 4 poles.
Lucky four-leaf
North,
clover.
south. 2 dipoles on the side. We actually created the quadrupole by taking 2 pillars. It will create a magnetic field that matches what's on Earth by actually taking 2 pillars. It creates the 3rd magnetic field, and so that's some of the things we're playing with in laboratory with the parasol. Reasons we don't sleep at night playing with the magnets and things. So I hope you all think it's as fascinating as I do. I'm in awe.
Yeah, very.
The things that you can do in that and looking at it. Does anybody, because of the way it went with the audio and that, we went completely out of sequence. Do we have any more things to do, or are we okay? Do we have any other videos? No. I think we made it through. So I think, and I know that we're late right now, but we pushed it through in weird order. We meant to do it, talk in between, and then go over like the mirror scope for stuff with time afterwards. We are now like finished with time, but we'd like to open it up for any questions before you leave or anything you'd like us to cover. So.
I just wanted to ask on the gyroscope with the magnet next to it, did the magnet react with the brass both when it was spinning and not spinning, or only when it was spinning?
Yes.
Yes, when it's spinning at a high RPMs, the magnet actually would push the gyroscope away. It wouldn't attract to it. Now, when it wasn't spinning, we would get a little bit of attraction only when one of the poles of the magnet was very close to it. Yeah, brass and, I mean, I could touch my magnet on it and pull it off real easy. There's no super magnetic attraction. But on one of the poles,
This is a
you get it to
workshop,
move just a
Chris.
little bit. And then once you speed it up and get it, I think it was about 6,000
Some
RPM, 7,000
Christian
RPM.
dude is on the
You take
main
that magnet
stage.
and you put it next to it, and it will actually push the
There's
gyroscope
no
away.
The
buffering.
repulsion was a lot stronger than the attraction when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Very-
Yes, sir.
I had a question. You know, as you showed the pattern the stars make in their circuits, and you know how they almost make like a flower pattern, like the sunflower or something. I was just wondering if you do this, because you can't do that on the globe. It'll only work on our way on the planet Earth. So I'm wondering also with the magnets, I see what you did there, you projected, you said what's on the sphere onto the flat Earth, but I'm wondering if you had, it would be more realistic where it make a more orderly pattern, such as the flower pattern, you know.
On the flat earth model?
Yeah, because that kind of, I'm looking at it now, it's kind of.
Yeah, that's the thing. The second part was all about things that we're not sure of, because for starters, we haven't measured the movement of the planet yet. That takes years and years and years and years to get, I think it's 27 or 28 years for Saturn to go around one time in its orbital path.
Yeah.
So we haven't had the time or the resources to actually measure it ourselves. So I don't even know if they do what they're telling us.
Might make a really distinct pattern.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're going to be researching a lot and looking into a lot more in the future for sure.
Exactly
FPV
for us.
Angel.
It's exactly what we want to be doing.
Yes, sir.
I've been live Stacy for 30 minutes.
How to tell if there is a South Pole, North Pole system. Has anybody thought about that at all?
I was asking if anybody.
Yes.
Well, yeah, like, is
What are
there a
the-
South Pole, or is it
the
just
South
north and that's it, south is just
So
outside?
I'm looking at this map, I know you took it
I
out.
will, let me fill this one a little bit and give it to you. And then you might prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, he's asking if anybody can test for a South Pole on that, because it is somewhat, and this is, the way I'm going to do it is, I know everybody is saying the South Pole is going all around the bottom. And I'm going to say that, again, these are the possibilities, things that we don't know, but looking at the magnetic map that we have, I actually lean heavily towards I would call it a 3-pole series that we would have. Oops. I don't know why I can't work things. Okay, we would have one dipole here. You have where the red blue come off, and we're going to make another point right about out here if you extrapolate and finish the patterns. And here is what we're calling our north pole, which actually registers as a south pole. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's a deception. If you do magnetics, what we call the north pole is the south pole in the magnet. That's just something flipped on it. Something reversed. So this would be really the magnetic south pole, even though I have a quadrupole running, is the way that the compass is reading them. I think this is all part of the deception, and especially I'm measuring this out. I think we're going to have places we can mark them here and here. I believe that we do have magnetics here, and this is just my beliefs, my personal beliefs, from what I'm gathering from the magnetics and what I'm getting at the patterns and working with and recreating things. So I don't know if that answers your question, but your question is that some people say it's going all the way around. I'm thinking that we have 2 specific points where magnetically are going to show a lot stronger. And the 2 magnetics are where people are going to think the South Pole would be, if you look at the map, under Antarctica, and then taking between South America. And this, in other words, is going to work out that if you look at the declination of where you would look to where the other pole would be, so they're going to read it that way magnetically. And most people are going to say on it, it's going all the way around. I don't. Our magnetics are not that of a ring magnet. Our magnetics, we simplify it. Our magnetics, if anybody knows magnets at all, they have amazing qualities. The quadrupole pattern on here can be created by 2 magnets side by side, 4 magnets top down, or if you make, this is the exact same pattern produced with it. This is anti-Helmholtz, the way it's shown are Helmholtz coils. So if anybody is familiar with Helmholtz coils and the properties they have, our field is much more equivalent to that, which has qualities like field stabilizer, equalizer. They have properties, magnetic trapping, things that we're looking at and for, but it's not just a simple ring magnet of that pattern, really, when you get down to it. And I know that we are past time here, but we're going up against lunch, so everybody, you're welcome to stay and ask more questions or do this, because I believe that, I think we were out of time like 5 minutes ago. But thank you, everybody, for coming.
I got one more
Ask
question.
No, we're not going anywhere, it's lunch.
Earlier you said you were projecting a hologram of an ice cube.
Yes.
The hologram itself was cold?
The hologram, we have that on tape, if anybody wanted to see it, if you wanted to hit the thing on it, we can even show you what anybody wanted to see on the beach.
Do you have any brief idea on what could cause that?
What would
I
cause
can't
that? Yes, I have a brief idea.
rectify
In other
that.
words, when we think of holograms, we think of digital holograms.
Right.
Produced that way. What this is doing is it's actually mirroring all of the waves, not just the visual.
Oh,
It's-
right.
Because it's working much more gracefully than a hologram, a digital hologram program thing that only picks up visible. I believe what's going on is this is reflecting all of the waves, the whole thing.
Right. Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense. Thanks.
You went through a lot of technical data and stuff that like I'm sure the audience is supposed to pick up on and draw conclusions to. I was having trouble drawing conclusions. I wonder if you could take 2 minutes and tell me your most exciting conclusions. We're at the last page of the book of what you just presented. What do you conclude from this?
Why are they talking about tooth card?
Because they're here.
Okay. It's here. I get it. Okay.
Everything basically says that you change your baseline.
But I don't have to take it, or who knows? Do that.
In other words, if you change your baseline to make it easier, it all works out. I have found nothing that does not work out.
They're not going to be able to get in.
They're
not going to want to either.
Reproduce phases in time after.
Let's take a look at the hologram.
We have some, Zach. We
we have some. You don't think go down so far? Yeah, that's kind of right where I'm at. Yeah, no, oh, you can see him up there too.
What's the hologram? What is
Stand
it?
up here and you'll see it. Stand up and look down and you see it
Oh, yeah.
sticking out. And you see that? That's not real. That little piece
Oh,
of...
now that one's good. I wanted to see if I could get it on video or camera picks it up. And it does. So yeah, that looks like a bugle.
Yep, now back up. This one's good now.
And this looks like a mini
Looks like a little
potato.
kick cereal or something. Come up higher. There you go. Now you got it all. Isn't that nice?
Wow, that's great.
That is cool.
Really want to
So,
If you flip it upside down, see that one.
flip the mirrors and stuff.
oh, that's so cool. Look at that.
Yeah, I know it.
Water above.
That's neat.
Maybe the stars are actually being projected. They're up above or in the firmament. They're being projected
Basically,
down.
we're seeing out the
Don't fall off the stage, guys.
This is kind of like the... Oh, yeah. Look at the frog.
Oh, that's too cool.
That holographic.
Yeah, I'll be on there.
But that's interesting. She said if she put ice in there, then the actual hologram registered colder. That's
Right.
That's what I wanted to talk to Zach about.
That's
the
crazy.
temperatures like the moonlight being colder.
Yeah, it is cool.
Isn't that cool?
so much stuff we don't know.
Because they're not telling us. But they
Is there ice in here?
The frog.
What's in there?
Mind-blowing, like, I
Just
can't even-
a white ball.
Yeah, look at that frog. Yeah, that frog is cool. Isn't it?
Don't lick the toad.
So I wonder if this has...
Oh, whoa. Uh-oh, don't blow my mind.
Yeah, what's up with the circles here now? Is that on the glass?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
crazy lights up above us.
Oh, okay.
Cool, guys.
Yeah, so.
Little hands on.
Just like in the Sonic store, you guys, you see like the stores and then the Sonic store. I think it's the structure. The third pillar is directly the third pillar appears. When the third pillar pulls and you do the magnet, you get something called.
Okay, y'all ready to go for a little tour? Let us.
And how to build basically a dinner that we would call a.
Yeah, I brought my own beer. So what?
Why would they hide? Why would they hide this or why would they hide it in? If what I'm thinking is right, energy is free, and what they're doing is making us rape the earth to get something that's given free.
It's,
so they're basically deceiving us.
It's lunchtime now. Actually, the other main stage got out a lot, quite a while before this one, I guess. Nathan.
Hey, man.
Howdy.
Hey, guys.
Fun so far?
Oh, this is fantastic. It's my third one, of course, and it just gets better every year.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
This one, energy.
Oh.
Now you can see, that's just the hallway.
Absolutely. Yeah, right on.
Yep.
Thank you.
And you don't even need sleep. You don't even need it. Yeah. Crazy. It's like magic. All right. Oh, Nathan Thompson. Word on the street is that we've got some globe trolls that just showed up. So you can get your picture taken in space. If y'all haven't seen this guy's work, it's amazing. This is Chris Pontius. He's the artist. He made a little.
What's up?
Go get the cherries.
Chris. So we started off making these little, simple little models. They're working clocks.
If you took the distance from across America, you would show me.
Uh-oh, I got the IPS blue wrench. I like the blue wrench.
You love the, yeah, that was,
remember that?
well, actually, I was listening to IPS one day,
Yeah.
and he said it was really cool because a lot of people are taking the globes and blowing them up and shooting them and lighting them on fire. You've seen those videos where they do that.
Yeah.
He goes, it's really cool if somebody would take a blue wrench and smash it into a globe. I went, oh, I'll try that. So I went and made a blue wrench, and I was actually trying to make a globe out of plaster.
Ooh.
I went and bought a big one of those helium balloons at the party store, and I blew it up to about 26 inches diameter. It was really tight, and I started putting hot mud, which is what you drywall with, to mix it up like plaster, and I started getting the skin on here, and all the weight of the mud started pushing on the balloon. And we had all this mud on here. It was wet.
Oh, no.
And helped me, and the balloon popped, and when it did, the mud went all over the place, and plus it was all over us, all over the crack.
Oh my
up. I wish
gosh.
we'd had that on video.
Yeah.
And so we did another one, but I didn't pump it up as high, and it popped, and we got on video, but it didn't throw the mud everywhere. It was hilarious because I was trying to make a shell that was crumble,
Oh, I
and,
get
and I
it.
was going to put
Yeah.
fireworks inside of it,
Or tannerite it.
and and then I was going to paint. And I was going to do a video of it. I was going to put fireworks all inside of it, so it just explode and shatter. And then I was going to try to time the blue wrench, but I found it's easier just to film the wrench coming down in one film, then get the globe to blow up another one, then digitally go and combine the two and make a real cool video. And I was going to do it just for an intro.
Well, dude, you make amazing artwork, and man, your motorcycle, did you bring it? Please tell me it's here. Are you bringing it?
I can't bring it.
You can't bring the motorcycle?
It's too much work.
All right, do you have a video of the motorcycle somewhere? Or people could see a little tour of it?
On my YouTube channel,
Okay.
Flat Earth Models.
Oh, the Flat Earth Models one. I thought yours Chris Pontius YouTube.
Well, I am, but I have it under my YouTube channels. It's Flat Earth Models.
Flat Earth Models.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, right.
Channel. And on there was a video of my bike.
Okay.
I did about a 20-minute video in my studio showing all my art, and I spent about 5 minutes describing
Awesome.
the bike and videoing it.
I remember you did the most amazing walkthrough at FEMA camp a couple years ago with the bike out there.
Yeah.
And all the onlookers, the normies walking down the street couldn't help but come talk to us about
that was
it.
scary because I was too tired to put the bike back inside. I left it parked outside. I'm in the van sleeping, looking at
Did you?
Homeless people are walking by, pushing the buttons and everything, and I was worried somebody's going to push the kickstand button and the
Oh,
kickstand
no.
track falls over. So I was really paranoid, you know.
Well, you got to put a sensor on the seat so it detects if you're sitting on the seat or not, or else the kickstand,
But
kind of like an
people aren't
airbag
supposed
warning.
to go over there and start
I know,
touching the
I
switches,
know.
though.
But hey,
But hey, people see something
Yeah.
all lit up with buttons. They go, "Hey, what does that do?"
and hey, you might just get really drunk one day and decide to go for a ride. No, I'm just. Could you imagine?
No, that's one of the things that
Yeah.
loading it on the lift and getting it in the van, if I'm not careful and everything doesn't work right, it falls over,
Yeah.
it'll break it really bad and I cry. So I have to be really focused.
Right.
And the lift that I made is kind of hokey. And with everything
Yeah.
else, I figure it's good enough getting
And-
the car and the van down here set up.
For
and the
people
monster-
that don't know, this is a wooden motorcycle.
Yeah, it's all electric.
Right.
It's got a lithium 72 volt 100 amp hour, which is like a Tesla wall battery if you don't familiar with
Yeah, like a forklift battery or something too.
Well, there's
small.
different forklifts.
Oh yeah, no, I got
Like,
you.
it's got enough batteries
yeah.
to basically move a small car around.
Yeah.
In there. And then I wound my own motor. It's got a electric BLDC motor in the rear wheel.
You wound your own motor.
Yeah, made my own coils and everything. You didn't know that?
No. So you could wind any size electric motor for a car if you
Generators. And
wanted.
it acts as a generator too. So when you slow down, it's got regenerative braking. It's very efficient.
I have a Mazda Miata, and I always wanted to put a rotary engine. You know, the Wankel rotaries.
If you want a really cool car, convert it over to electric.
That's what I want to do now.
And they make electric front wheel hub motors. The most expensive part is obviously the battery bank for it. But the lithium batteries are going down because they're building that gigawatt factory in Nevada. I'm sure you heard about it, the Tesla battery factory.
Oh no, but
You know
I know Tesla came out with their new shit, and they are
Tesla,
upgrading.
Panasonic have got it down, and they've got the best, cheapest batteries out there
You
now.
know-
The prices are coming down on them now.
You know, Tesla's charging stations, the ones that charge your car, their next gen is gonna pop your car off in like 10 minutes.
I know.
And now it takes like 40 minutes, even on the super fast charge.
So that's the future. But you can buy electric hub motors, take the cars off, put the hub motors on there, take the motor out. But when they have to do it, if you know how to do it yourself, if you're mechanic inclined, you can buy all the stuff and convert your car over to an electric car, really, for a few $1,000.
Okay.
Now, the batteries are what will kill you, because when I bought those for the bike, when did I buy those? The bike was a 4-year project, and I started in 09 to 012.
I don't understand. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I started in 2012 and I finished in 2016.
You don't even have a picture of the bike, do you, up here?
No,
for people
not
to
with me
see.
right now.
All right, that's cool.
But I worked on it on and off for 4 years, and when I found the batteries for it, they were made for a big electric motorcycle, and they were $5,500. They're lithium. It looks like a car battery, but it has 10 times more power than a lead acid battery, and they're good to recharge. Even after 3,000 times the cycles of recharging, they're still at 80%, which is really good.
Yeah.
So theoretically,
And the amp drain, that's the main thing.
they can handle a large amp drain,
Oh, yeah.
which it takes to move. But a bike's not that bad. It's like a car. And I run it at 72 volts. And then I had to fit everything. It's got a killer sound system built in it, subwoofer and everything. So you sit on it, it vibrates really nice.
Oh, I didn't know it had the sub. I knew
Yeah, I
it
got a
had
10-inch
the.
subwoofer down in there and a Bose sound system built in it.
Yeah, guys, y'all can't even picture this bike. No one that hasn't seen it.
Retractable kickstands in it. I just going down the list. I invented my own front suspension on it. It's got all in this rear shocks to adjust the rear. I just go on and on about the bike, but I wish I was here to.
Yeah, you need to definitely be doing stuff like this, building stuff, creating things. To have you locked away in a 9-to-5 job would be like a crime against humanity.
Well,
You know what I
if
mean?
I had to do that, just take me out back and shoot me now.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. At
But
this
that's-
point.
I can't stand. I don't watch sports, TV. I care about anything going on in the world. I'm too busy making my own movie every day, getting up, building things.
One thing is you're putting organite in some of the models, right?
Oh yeah.
And what does that do?
Well, if anybody's curious, the best way I describe is to go to my website, flatearthmodels.com, and I have a description on there that explains what organite is and what it does. If anybody's curious about it. And there's a really good movie on YouTube about the man that invented it or coined the term or discovered it called William Reich. He's a genius like Tesla. And there's a great movie about him that was very well produced that explained his whole life and what he went through. And he was healing people. The FDA showed up and burned all his books, busted up his
He's the one that categorized every frequency for every like disease, essentially, right?
I'm not sure about that.
Or was that Rife?
It might be Reich.
Okay.
William Reich.
Okay.
He was the master. He came up with the name. See, the Chinese called it Qi, and then another one called it Prada. There's different names for the life force energy. He came up with the name Orgone. And the word or is based on orgasm. That's where he got the name.
Get out of here.
No, I'm
I
not
didn't know
kidding.
that.
Watch the movie.
Because that's, I could see.
He built an accumulator room. He made these accumulator boxes with layers of organic and inorganic materials.
Okay.
Basically, it's a capacitor. You know anything about how capacitors work? And you could crawl inside this box, and people were starting to get healed. They were called accumulator boxes. They're fascinating. And the FDA, when he found out about it, they showed up, busted up all his boxes, burned all his books, and threw the guy in prison because he was healing people. Everybody know about that. There's no money in helping people.
And that's before you knew any better than to advertise you were healing people.
Yeah.
Because back in,
But
nowadays you know better.
Well, I've known about crystals for about 30 years now, and I love them because what they do. I have them all around me because they absorb frequencies. None of our telecommunications computers work without crystals. They're the
I like digging for them.
Indians call the crystals the brain cells of the earth.
I can see that. Yeah.
Because they hold all the memory.
Yes.
Remember the Superman movie where he goes in there and throws the crystal out, builds the crystal palace from one little crystal?
Yeah. Have you ever heard the ancient story about the crystal skulls?
Yes.
So what they would do is build this crystal skull, and one person in their culture was tasked to like learn everything and keep all the memories, and basically they put all of this information into a crystal skull for whenever some kind of a reset thing happens. They have the knowledge of it.
And the
But
Indians also used to use the crystals like a television. Like it, because you heard of the crystal ball, people stare at a crystal ball and see things. They're television.
They just want to put it all in a bottle.
So I find the crystals very fascinating. And then by taking the organite and you wind a coal around.
What is organite exactly? What is organite? Is it an
Organite
element,
is
a mineral?
It's a thing where you put organic and inorganic materials together in a matrix, and then you put crystals in there. If you understand the piezoelectric effect,
Oh, yeah.
that is, well, a lighter, you strike a lighter, it makes a spark.
I didn't know that was from piezoelectric.
Yeah, piezoelectric. That's
okay.
what makes the spark. And you ever wonder what makes that spark in the lighter? It's not flint. It's not a flint wheel.
Right.
You click it really hard. You know what causes that?
Oh yeah. Oh no shit.
There's
okay.
2 pieces of quartz in there.
Yeah,
about
quartz.
the size of the head of a pin. 2 real tiny pieces of quartz. And when you pull down that spring, and you do that, it's a special thing that cocks the spring. And when they come together a real hard hit in a twist. And when they do that, they create a spark. So that's you squeeze a crystal, it puts out the energy. So when you put the crystals in a matrix with resin, when the resin cures, it shrinks. So what's it doing? It's squeezing the crystal. So it's putting out energy.
Yeah.
And so he figured all this out.
And layering the inorganic matter could be like the layering inside of a capacitor, sort
Yes,
of.
basically the same person.
Yeah.
So when he made these accumulator boxes, and people started crawling inside them for 30 days a day, parasites started coming out of their body, all kinds of weird shit. They started getting healed.
Yeah.
And he made a room that was a big room, that was a big accumulator room, that the walls were all lined with steel. And he had, with all the lights turned off in the room, it was creating enough energy to create light with this. It was creating light in the room from the energy around it.
Wow.
Yeah, it shows
Wow.
you the movie.
Okay, I gotta see this
Gotta
movie.
see the movie.
Real quick, what's the movie called again?
It's called. Look
William
it up.
Reich.
William Reich, the movie on YouTube.
William Reich, the movie.
The movie.
And
Just
it's
look up.
about
You'll find it.
organite.
It's very well
and the whole
produced. A
history.
good actor portrayed him.
Okay.
And it explained his whole life, all the crap he went through with the court system, everything, and they locked him up as a cuckoo nut. He was a genius.
Yeah. So now you know about the pineal gland and the fact that there's calcite crystals in your pineal gland.
Yeah.
And they
And there's
react
a theory
in
about
a
the fluoride that they
piezoelectric.
put. The theory is that the fluoride that they put in the toothpaste and the water calcifies the pineal gland. That's your third eye, and then your third eye is not working like it
Yeah,
should.
it's not. It needs to expand and contract and expand. So when you move your cerebral spinal fluid, literally you can push it up your spine and activate these crystals. Or chanting like Om and they, you're actually physically vibrating your skull.
Yeah, when you're chanting, you're
And
creating a
it's-
certain frequency, because everything is on frequencies.
Yeah.
And they believe, a lot of people believe that's how they move the big stones, with certain frequencies. They
Sure.
become weightless and things. They move them around, which is very well possible. Have you ever seen the work of Hutchinson in Canada, where William Hutchinson?
Not the Coral Castle guy.
No, that's Leadskin.
The Hutchison effect?
The Hutchinson
Oh
effect.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, where
okay,
he
yeah,
got
he's
bowling balls lifted in the air from frequencies and stuff, and
Yeah.
weird metals that have just mutated from frequencies that he hit him with. He's a crazy Canadian, William Hutchinson.
yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
the guy that did the Coral Castle was Leadskin. And we believe that he just used
Levers and shit? Or
William
sound?
Leadskin created the Coral Castle,
Yeah.
and he just was a real clever guy that figured out how to use tripods and move stuff around. He was a genius.
I hear it. Yeah, I hear you on that. However, there's just like in some Masonic temples, there's all these coatings for like the sums of all the primes, and it's the sun pattern with all the bursts. That's an electrical symbol. Like all these things are about electricity. And so he had basically these blueprints on his one flywheel device that it's like divided into 7 parts, and you had to skip the exact one. I don't know. It's been so long now that I watched a pretty cool documentary about the guy. A little less mainstream than normal, but they're relating it to how they found a bunch of stuff on his property that's identical to like Masonic temples and ancient, like even alchemy type stuff as well. So basically, he's kind of trying to let people know he has a knowledge of
Yeah, he had some
frequency,
special knowledge.
electricity. So
But when-
whether he was floating them or not, I don't know.
Well, just if you've videoed this, anybody, my big dream here, and I would love to be a part of all this, is we need a big flat earth amusement park like the Coral Castle somewhere in this country. If you get somebody that donates some land, we need 20 acres, I would like a mecca for people all over the world to come to. My big dream is to have something about the size of the Superdome.
Okay.
That we can put a giant flat earth scaled out, like being inside of one of my models, and the maybe up to 500 feet across. And then I would like all the oceans to be a giant koi pond. And then you could take paddle boats and go over to the next continent, walk across them. And the U.S. would be like at 50 feet from here to that door. You'd walk across the U.S. You could walk down the interstate. That would be so cool. And then have maybe some campgrounds there, gift shops, and somewhere so people can come from anywhere and get the right information about flat Earth.
Yep.
And I would love to live on the property and manage it.
Well, yeah, it would be like a flat Earth conference, but in a permanent spot all the time.
Year round.
Yeah.
And people come camp there, hang out, and be a tourist attraction like.
And I almost guarantee you, all the employees would work for free.
Well, everybody has to manage it and all that, but the fun engineering part would be figuring out how to make a mechanism, a giant one to move the sun and moon around in there.
Let's do it, man.
We just need about,
big.
10, 20 million bucks so we can build a badass one.
So, you hear that, Chet? We just need, 10, 20, might as well make it 30 just in case we go over. That's doable. There's plenty of people. I actually know some people that probably have that.
If we had 10,000 people or whatever, and everybody put up $100, there's the money. Something like that. I'm not maybe not correct on the figures, but
the power of leverage.
When everybody pitched in $100, we could pull it off.
Yeah.
And then we'd hire team engineers. I'd like to, but that's my dream.
Good.
So, I think that'd be a cool thing.
I think you'll hit it, man. You got to get these models flying out the doors. Easier to make, instead of handmade.
About 2 years ago with the man that called me. He's a flat earther that was living in China with a Chinese wife. And he saw these. He goes, Chris, we got to make these in China. So I made a prototype. I worked out the deals, a little 9-inch mini model. I sent it over to China. All the details, all the blueprints, but it was complicated. He thought it was going to be easy, and trying to go to these different shops and get this thing made and produced, and he was trying not to let the Chinese figure out what was going on so they'd steal it, which they might, The idea was to have one company make the arbor, another one make the domes, another one make the base. You ship them over here in separate components, and all you do is click, pop, put it in the box, send it.
Done, yeah.
And then we can have these on Amazon for $49, so everybody can buy them. That's the goal.
Let's do it. Yeah, that's great.
I can't make these right now because I can't live on $5 an hour.
No, I know. What's the part that's the hardest to make?
The arbor.
It takes a
the
long
thing
time.
I invented is this arbor, which is hard to
Oh, the mechanism, the clock.
I call it an arbor. That's the thing that moves the sun and moon around. And this was an easy one because it's just a straight pole with the wires going out with the lights on here. It turns around. But after I made about 4 or 5 of these, I'm out there observing the moon one day going, wait a minute, they don't move 180 miles. No. Flat Earth. Look up here. Get that out the window. Look, it's the plane flying by. Flat Earth. They got
I missed it.
One says Google round Earth.
I just saw that flying by going.
Wow. Okay, so I guess they got airplanes flying around.
I'll tell you that plane probably wasn't dipping its nose to account for the curvature of the Earth. So there is no.
Well, it's gonna fly off into space eventually if it don't do that.
Weird, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know, you're saying how there's something
Okay, Chris, catch back up with you. Appreciate it. I'll be right back in like 10 minutes. Did you eat lunch? Chris, did you eat lunch?
No.
Do you need something? Okay, cool.
That's not weird.
Alrighty. Here's the main hall. Oh, I wanted to show y'all. Is anyone even still here? Check out this fucking van. Well, the lights are off, so you can't really see the cool faded paint job. But look at this. This is Chris's van. Yeah, the stars, the crystals. Oh man, dude, this is so cool. Shout out to Dan W. Look at this. Look how big this model is, dude. He's got a full-size model on the side of his van. See that? Here. With the dome sticking out. Tell me that ain't cool. Jeez, this guy is... he's insane. I love him. Some of those newer models, dude, the bigger ones, they're like freaking Italian furniture grade quality, man. The guy's a great woodsmith. I guess you could call it a carpenter, but it's more than that. It's he's an artist with wood. And his motorcycle, I'm telling y'all, you can't until you see it, you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's something else. It's it's definitely one of a kind. Anyways, there's the main stage. I think they said they had about 600 people so far registered. Not sure. Hey Rick, how many people registered for the event so far?
I have no idea.
No idea?
No idea.
Cool. A lot, right?
Yeah.
42.
100's a big number. No. Alrighty. Alright. Stumped them. What do we got here? And what was the name of your website again?
Head Honcho.
Head Honcho. Dot rocks. ROCKS.
Yep. Got it.
I've never heard of a dot rocks.
Really?
No, ever. I got your card actually. Wait. Oh, standstillclothing.com. Headhoncho.rocks.
Yep.
That's a website.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice, brother.
Yeah, how did you get the dot rocks?
I have no idea. I was looking for, I was creating the website, punched in Head Honcho, and it came up as a, a suggestion. Yeah. So I was like,
I like it.
That sounds pretty cool, man.
It's so unique that people are just gonna remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Jesse. Hey, did you already eat lunch?
Yeah, we went and got a sandwich at the bar.
The bar, is it pretty good?
You live streaming?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just finishing up from CAMI's speech. Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Super glue gravity. This guy got memes. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. What you got? Robbie Davidson's merch?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool.
Those keychains are only $5.
Yeah.
Here's my junk off the table.
Is this real gold and silver?
Sure.
Yeah, color.
It's a style.
It's real gold and silver color. Yeah.
I'll walk it over here in a second.
I'll take one. Gimme, gimme. How much for the flat earth pendants?
Those are $20.
Oh, okay. That's the one the speakers got?
Yeah. And this is $100.
Oh wow, with rubies and emeralds.
Yep.
Real ones though, this time, not joking around. Yeah. Hey, who made this up?
But they're really cool.
What? Robbie had it made?
I believe so. I would assume either Robbie or Mark because
Right, Mark had that coin deal thing. He was talking to people. This almost looks like it would move, like it's a piece of machinery. Yeah. Hmm.
That one's pretty.
Oh, that is cool.
Oops.
Oh my goodness. How's that coming up? Stunning. Look at the microprint writing on it. Good grief. Anyways, y'all get the point.
What's the oldest one there? Yeah, okay. Isaiah. I'm gonna say Rupert Holmes. 70s trivia, I can do it right here. Earlier.
Thank you.
It's got the hair.
No, I don't need a receipt. I got it on video with witnesses. No. Thanks. Oh, is this?
Oh yeah.
How much is that?
I don't know if they're selling these separately or not.
Okay.
The whole thing is 100.
Oh, they got a whole dealio. Oh man, that's so worth it. How many are there?
5.
Oh, there are. Okay.
So $20 a piece.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Rachel or Robbie if they're going to sell them individually. They might. But
Those?
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
doubt
don't think
it.
so. Look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of them.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're different on every side.
Oh, Nicole. I'm glad you had a name.
That's a map out of jewels.
Oh yeah, who's see the bag?
Yeah.
Sheila
made 'em?
Oh, Sheila's making them.
Oh.
Yeah. How much is she charging?
I think they're 20.
Really? I
That's
always think
really
somebody
cool.
should make a bag because people are picking up merch.
Really
and
has a
like-
bunch of the patches. It's 2 for 10. You can just sew it to whatever you want.
Like
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're iron
Okay.
on. Oh, even better.
Shout out to Robbie Davidson. You got my $5. Uh-oh. Something's going on outside. Apparently we've been infiltrated by trolls. Karen B. Shout out to Karen B. Oh my gosh, are you streaming?
Streaming too? Oh
Yeah.
my god, we're gonna get sucked into the black hole of streaming in the YouTube butthole.
Does it work that way? Did you ever find out about that one dude? Karen, did you ever find out about that one guy? You know.
Confronted him. Did you see?
Yeah,
him?
no.
That's how I started my live stream. I went in there and I was like, "What are you doing here? You're just sitting here like a big shit on a log, dude." I ripped
That's
into
fine.
him. It was great.
That's good. I would have paid to see that.
You don't have to pay to see it. You just go watch the beginning of my live stream.
Silly.
Yeah, the bears are crushing it.
You seen Owen today? No. You know what? I might be out of. Hey, why does it say 36 minutes? Guys, what happened? The stream. It says I've only been live for 36 minutes, but I know it's been longer. It's buffering. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I'm on Wi-Fi, and I'm just all walking straight outside, and yeah, so anyways. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, man. Got the badass fucking Tahoe car because I figured it'd be nice to have a car here because the venue is like 30 to 40 minutes from the airport. So even if you got an Uber, that's probably like $60 one way. And I figure a lot of people are, you know, just gonna need rides places. So. You know that feeling when you're somewhere like out with friends or whatever, but you didn't drive, and you're like, oh no, I'm about so. Hey guys.
Finally here.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Hey, there's a spot right over there. Silly goose. Sorry, guys. Hey, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, yeah.
Last night was a hoot and a holler, bro. There was a character coming out every 5 or 10 minutes. Hilarious.
A character. Yeah. Anyways, they got some airplanes flying overhead saying stuff like, that one says Google Flat Earth. And guys, you know how zooming in with the freaking phone is. It sucks. Yeah, it says Google Flat Earth Clues. Oh my gosh. Deep inside the rabbit hole. He's such a freaking shill. This plane says Flat Earth Sun and Moon Clock App. Wow. Hey, Unicorn. I'm sorry you have to work today. Having a good day here at in Dallas. Guys, I'm gonna go get some lunch pretty soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it and call it a wrap. Hopefully y'all enjoyed CAMI's presentation. I will be back later with some more whatever's interesting. I think I'm gonna go get a gimbal too, so I got like that super smooth video quality. Anyways, I might as well take off. Let's see. What do we got? 21 motherfuckers here with me. Oh, y'all are already leaving. See? It's not really over. You just assumed it was over. Hi.
How are you?
Who are you?
I'm just Jack's wife, Carolyn.
Just Jack's wife. Nice to meet you, just Jack's wife again. I'm sorry. I've been streaming for like over an hour. I did CAMI and Zach's presentation, so at least you got.
I was so sad I missed it. I bet it was amazing.
What's up? Just Jack just made it just in time.
Just now?
To not miss it all. Yeah.
Just Jack just now?
Cool, man. I love how everything works out. I know
Yep.
you're probably stressed at the time.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
might
help
have yelled
anything,
at
though.
somebody.
Yeah.
Or two.
I know what you mean.
Well, they tried to tell me what I was doing was wrong, and I'm like, how is me paying for a car rental wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man, did I drop that card?
Oh, you better not. No.
Batteries.
All right. Later, guys.
All right,
Later,
see you around.
Sandra. All right.
Oh, you're talking to your
Yeah,
live
hanging
people.
up here.
Are you recording live?
Screw these guys. I'm live. Screw you guys. I'm going home.